Oh my goodness. Just gotta get rid of these waterworks, man. Well, in order for me to get the justice that I deserve for the discrimination that's been happening at my apartment complex, I need to bear everything. I need to bear all of it. And that makes me, one, very vulnerable, and two, my energy is already like at capacity because I'm getting really tired of being treated differently than other people in my building. And it's the same situations. It doesn't make any sense to me. Let me get my phone. I moved into this apartment in December of 2023. And on December 18th, I had my vehicle, my handicap car, which is registered to this building with a little sticker on the back. And it says, this person is disabled. This is a placement of her space, disabled handicap. On December 18th, my vehicle was towed a week before Christmas. I was like on my way out to take Christmas presents to the post office because my family lives in Michigan. Most of them live in Michigan, in Kentucky, in Florida. And so I'm like, oh my God, my car's gone. So I went and speak to the property manager and he's like, oh, that's your car, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you know, that's my car because you know I'm registered here. You've got the sticker on the back tells me that this is me. And this is before all of the chaos started to unravel with this building being discriminatory towards people with disabilities, because this was just like the first step of understanding that this is just who they are. They just don't care. So the property manager sits with me in the office. Mind you, I'm voice recording it in my fanny pack because I don't believe anything anyone says to me. There's no justification unless they're called out. And I am aware that there are rules that you're not allowed to record people, but it is a he said, she said scenario. And since it was just the two of us, I wanted it all documented. He informs me he's going to pay for my Uber to get there. Still haven't received that refund. He tells me that he's going to call the manager over at A1 Towing and tell them that he made a mistake. They towed my vehicle because I was using a Michigan handicap placard in my dashboard. First of all, mind blown. There's like 100 residents in my apartment complex from California, New Jersey, Massachusetts, Indiana, Michigan, and they all have different things, unique abilities. Another person who has a Jaguar, he is a veteran, a disabled vet, and he's from Ohio, and he uses an Ohio handicap placard. It's universal. The handicap placard is universal. I can park in any handicap spot I want to, no issues. And he's like, oh, blah, blah, blah. We're really sorry about this mistake. We're going to correct it. We're going to make it right. We're going to do it right. We are now in September, and I still have not received a refund or reimbursement. They didn't even give me any type of awareness, a warning, like, hey, we need you to update your placard. I eventually got the disability icon in the back of my plate so that they can just like fuck off and leave me alone. And so over time, this started to grow bigger because people that don't have handicap placards, people that are unauthorized commercial vehicles for this apartment complex, people that have put their hazards on, leaving their car in there all day, whatever, moving, not getting any towing, no tickets, not even an acknowledgement. But me, my second week into my home, has my vehicle towed. It was $300. I attempted to dispute it. They wouldn't dispute it. The bank wouldn't dispute it. And I was like, this is insane. I love the background effects. So I started escalating these small problems up to Disability Rights of Florida, Office of Fair Housing, Office of Human Rights, Again, I'm stuck in a system where Americans are getting their rights taken away. I can't even park in my own parking space outside of my home. I asked for a reasonable accommodation for me to have my own space because, mind you, I forgot a missing piece here. The handicap parking is also occupied by electric vehicles. Yes, one space has two signs. The sign at the top says handicap, and the sign at the bottom says electric vehicle. No, that's not if you're handicapped and you have an electric vehicle, you can park here. It's a if you're handicapped or if you have an electric vehicle, park here. So you have to get there first before other people get there, and people that aren't charging their cars park there anyways. So I'm like flabbergasted that it's still September and I'm not receiving anything, but instead the property manager is now sending text messages on my Saturday morning to the community and says, "Good morning. There are multiple vehicles parked in the visitor parking lot. They do not have guest passes. To avoid any vehicle being towed from the area, please come down and get a parking pass for your guests." So this is in the visitor area of the first floor of our parking space, which is our resident. We pay for it. It's gated. This belongs to us. So the property manager is now informing me that there are other people that are violating, and these people are receiving notices. There is also a white Honda Civic license plate Q9Y. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to put all their shit on blast. That belongs to a residence that will need to move. So you're informing people in the visitor spot that there's a risk of towing. You're informing that there's a resident that needs to move their car. But you're not going to inform me that my handicap placard is not enough for me to park in the handicap space. How does that make sense? Does not make sense. And of course, I'm escalating up to management. Where's the inclusivity? Why don't I have a refund for my towing? You towed my vehicle a week before Christmas. I don't have funds like that. I'm moving in. I just dropped my savings from my retirement for my siblings to help me move my things here. And that was a pretty penny. And then you're taking away my vehicle, causing damages to it. They towed it with one of those little two-wheelie thingies, pulled it out, threw it in a lot with this big old junk thing in front of it, dropping all this stuff on the paint. And then the woman wants to fight me, a disabled woman, about, I told her, I'm not paying for this. And I'm throwing her my statutes. And I'm having her get on the phone with the manager. And we got a line of people trying to get their cars. I'm like, you guys can wait. This is my time. This is my turn. I'm not going to wait for you guys to get your cars and then I deal with this. And then she has I paid the fee because it's an hour of me going in circles with her. She shut the window on me. I paid the fee. I tried to dispute it. I called the bank. They wouldn't dispute it. They told me I had to file a claim. Filed the claim. Still nothing happens. And so on my way out, she told me, don't park in the handicap next time. This hoe sticks me again. And I'm like giving her the eyes. Like I went like this. I was like, I'm watching you. I'm going to watch you. And again, I see this A1 towing. I see them again. I see them all the time in my neighborhood. He's parked sideways over handicap, occupying it. And there's 4 other spaces that are regular people parking. I mean, this guy, it's the same guy. I run into this guy all the time. He's like my dog now because I see him everywhere. God keeps bringing him to me so I can yell at him some more. And so I get out of my car in the middle of the street, put on my hazards, and start recording him parked in handicap. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just answering a text. I'm like, don't say sorry to me. Say sorry to God. Don't park here. This is not for you. So it's an issue with A1 towing. It's an issue with 1701 Central and the discrimination. This isn't even the first message. This isn't even the first one. This is multiple messages that they're sending text alerts and email alerts for people not to park in these spaces. However, for me, myself, and I, they're just going to tow my car, not inform me, tell me they're going to reimburse me, don't reimburse me, and then put me through all of these other rabbit holes of feeling like I shouldn't be here. Disabled people shouldn't be here in this home. I'm paying my rent on time. The community loves me. Everyone gravitates toward me. Every time I step into a room in this building, in the community center, everyone floods to me. Like, okay, what are we going to do? What are we going to work on? How, what's going on today? I'm the lights of this space. And in order for people to be exposed for their wrongdoing, I'm going to use social justice. I'm going to now use my platform because I submitted something to Pinellas County in January. I submitted something to the Fair Housing, the disability rights, who left me. I couldn't believe that she let me go. She said, now that it's over in this person's hands, we can't help you. I still need you. I still don't know how this process works. I'm learning everything on my own. So then I realized nobody's really there for you in this world. Even though that these agencies and these officials are here, they're not actually here for you. In order for you to seek what you need to seek, you have to do it yourself. So here I am exposing 1701 Central for towing my vehicle in December, a week before Christmas, lying to me, saying they're going to reimburse my Uber fee to get there. The poor Uber guy, he was like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening to you. He stayed the whole time. He didn't even leave until I was done. He waited an hour. God bless that angel. He's like, I'm not leaving you here. I can't believe you're on your own. I'm like, it's okay. God's here. I'm not on my own. Exposing the towing company, exposing 1701. If you don't like disabled people, that's a you problem. That's not a us problem. We're trying to get through the day just like anybody else is getting through the day. And you're going to take away my property? You're going to tell me I can't park in the handicap spot with my disability placard? It's been almost a year and I still haven't received this reimbursement. When will justice prevail? When will it end? Why do I have to wake up every morning getting ready for whatever the email is going to say and affecting my mental health and the unfairness? And I sent that to the management. I said, this is unfair. You didn't give me a warning. You didn't tell me that this was going on. I would have threw this placard in your face along with all the ADA paperwork to say, this symbol in the wheelchair where we're rolling, it is USA based. That means I can park in the handicap space wherever I want. And then he has the audacity, the property manager has the audacity to send me another email after the fact telling me that I can't park in the handicap spot on the first floor and it's reserved for the guests. And I'm thinking to myself, nobody parks down here. Only unauthorized people park in this space and you guys don't do anything about it. So if you want to keep throwing darts at me, it's just going to be more energy and more stories for how much of discrimination this complex is, because every single one of you, you're going down with it. I'm going to shame every person that has made me feel this way, bullied me, has told me I couldn't have my property in my home, take my property away from me. I have to spend money and time to go get it when it's supposed to be a special moment in my life, moving into a new home, my first apartment in over 6 years, because I've been living abroad and I've been traveling out of a suitcase with my chihuahua all over the world because that's what I wanted to do. And this is my first place of stability. And this is how it's going to set off. You're going to push me off the edge. You're going to tell me I can't be here. You're going to say my disability placard doesn't work. It does work, dude. It works. And now you know, because every time you make a mistake and you put another tenant before me, and you don't give me that same equality, I'm going to call it out. It's going to be on social media. I'm going to tag you because I want my money for the Uber. I want my refund for the towing. And I want a reimbursement for all of these issues that have been sitting on my shoulder from this specific property manager that doesn't know how to do his job correctly and instead forces vulnerability of people like myself in a wheelchair. Why are you messing with a person that's in the handicap spot? What is wrong with you? Are you a sim? You just a sim? Just plugged you in. Now you're sitting there. Okay, cool. I'm not. I'm an earth angel. And that's what my duties are, to be a person of voice. And in order for us to do right, I filed the complaint with Pinellas County. Disability rights left me. I contacted the House Now the house is involved because I don't know where else to go. We don't have a administration system that can help me because everyone's just out for themselves. My little petty ass parking problems. This is ridiculous. Just correct your mistake. Do it correctly. Give me what I deserve, which is my Uber refund, my parking, and then all this problem from the parking, and treat us fairly. I want a message sent out to the community about inclusivity and the parking to be separated, because the electric and the handicap together, that doesn't make sense to me. 0 cents. We gotta fix it. And I'm gonna use my platform and my voice and these big eyes. I don't care that I've been crying all morning, sitting and dwelling in this, because those tears are my strength to get up and fight for this. Because if it doesn't happen to me, it's going to happen to somebody else. And in order for people to be put into their correct placement and fall into line, this is what it takes. Me being vulnerable on the internet to inform you of all of the issues that have been happening, of other people, and there's about 20 emails sent out of people getting warnings for the registrations. I didn't receive 0, none. And it wouldn't even been justified because I have a disability vehicle. It's logged in this apartment complex. My disability placard can be used in any handicap spot in the United States of America. And there's nothing that they can do about it. The disabled people are a protected class. And in order for us to really be fighting for what's right out there, I need you to stand with me. And I want everyone to go to 1701 Central, St. Petersburg, and leave your comments and your remarks about differences in equality and inclusivity in treating people with disabilities unfairly. Unfortunately, the bullying that they have progressed on me has now reflected for me to fly these angel wings. These wings are so big now. They are so big. I'm coming after any single person that's ever bullied me, and then everyone else told me to let it go. You want me to let a few $100s go? No. Not happening. Not today. Not on my watch. Please help me. Please join me. Support me. I've left a message. I left a comment in the description on where you need to go and how you need to direct it. Let's make it happen. Let's make enough noise that they have to make this right. Thanks. God bless. And I promise you there will be more things coming from me that are not this high intense, but I've reached capacity of this bullshit and this bullying, and it's gonna stop. It's gonna stop now. How difficult